So I think the biggest news out of that last video was China and their expansion into the south. I mean, they gained so much land really quick, and I don't think they're going to stop right there.
So I think I've noticed that there's going to be consistently at least maybe, I don't know, the lowest we've seen is maybe like 4 or 5 wars currently going on in the world. I mean, there's just wars all over the place. And I think that this should be expected for the next few videos. I think we're going to see wars everywhere because, well, I mean, there's just a lot of minor nations, a lot of smaller nations, but as we continue through the series, I think the wars will end up being a lot less, but they'll be bigger. They'll be way, way bigger, where alliances will be joining up, and just all sorts of different things will be going down. So that will be kind of more interesting. Actually, no, I really enjoy a nice, eventful beginning part of this series. I love it. So Saudi Arabia's not doing so well. Remember, there's this pretty massive Middle Eastern war that's currently going down, and it's been pretty back and forth. I mean, Iran is still sieged out by Egypt. They're occupied by Egypt, but now the Saudis are getting pushed back by the Iraqis. Yes, they are. They've got a 2-star general, only 3,000 men. Oh, I think, mainly it's the Iranians with 25,000 troops. I mean, that looks pretty good. I don't even know where the Saudi Arabian army is at. Oman's still dealing with rebels. Quite a few rebels. And yeah, they're going to clean up this stuff. So there might be a clear winner there with the Iraq-Iranian alliance. Possibly. We'll have to wait and see, though. Let's check in on, wow, so Argentina's doing a really, really good job against Bolivia. Brazil joined in. They did join in on that game. Or I guess that war. I guess I shouldn't say game. But yeah, I mean, so this is big. This is very, very big. Lots and lots of stuff is happening in South America, as well as Africa. I mean, things are happening all over the world, but I think we might see, I mean, this might be grouped together faster than anything else. If Bolivia falls to Argentina and Peru, which mainly it'd be to Argentina, Peru's just backing up their friend, I believe. I don't think they'll take anything from that. Yeah, you're talking about, again, Argentina, very, very aggressive. I mean, Brazil might be playing a little bit too defensively here. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, Brazil knows they have the power and the strength to be okay. Actually, you know, did they take this from somebody? Yeah, they took this from Colombia. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I think Brazil maybe expects that they have the power and the strength to be okay, but Argentina is being aggressive. There is going to be a certain point, though, where Argentina just can't expand anymore. Are they allied to Chile? No. So they can pick up a lot of these provinces out here into the west, but they're going to have to face their enemy of Brazil, and I imagine that they are rivals. Yes, of course they are. As well as, why is Great Britain your rival, Argentina? That's a strange one. Here's China, as I was talking about. They're doing really good, and I'm expecting a Vietnam War very soon with China, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. How's Russia doing? So they're still involved in a pretty big old war. They did manage to take away one province from Finland, so they're only fighting against Bulgaria, Ukraine, Croatia, Germany, and Sweden. I mean, that's still a lot, and you're talking about a huge force that the Russians have. Yeah, and you know what? There was a moment there where I figured, whoa, Russia's going to be in trouble. They might have had most of their military here, you know, out in the east. Who knows what the AI was doing, but that's what I imagined because they were getting sieged out. I guess they still are. Oh my goodness! And these rebels just popped up, noble rebels. Oh well, this is really gonna make their war tough because yeah, now they have to retreat. So 45,000 Russians going back. You're talking about multiple provinces just being eaten up. So this is gonna buy the Europeans time. This is going to buy, I guess I shouldn't say Europeans, because technically Russia's Europe, and we're considering them a part of the European continent. But, Iran has pieced out their war, and did Iraq take anything? No, they didn't take anything. Okay, so except for, I think the Saudis had to annul they for sure annulled their alliance with Jordan. But that was about it. It didn't look like, yeah, nothing really too big changed hands there. Okay, so Russia has dealt with those rebels really, really fast. That took nothing. That they're already gone, pretty much, kind of in a split second. I mean, there's a few more rebels that are still popping up. Sweden's done a pretty okay job at occupying a few territory. Whoa, Norway taking small bites out of Sweden. Now, the Swedish war for Lithuania didn't go so well, and that probably didn't help out the Europeans when going after Russia, because Sweden and Finland were after both Russia and Lithuania. That was a bad idea to do both at the same time. And that probably could have maybe pieced them out a little bit early. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Oh, Ukraine just got eaten. Yep. So even with that massive European alliance, and it was mainly because the Ukrainians have allied to so many Europeans, even with all that, Russia still managed to take Ukraine and take a lot of their cores back. because most of this stuff is considered their core in this scenario. Man, Ukraine, you got to get up more alliances. I know you had a lot, but you got to get up even more. Whoa, France and Spain, and that's France is not. Wait a second, yeah, no, France has pulled down Algeria, and Libya. That is not going to be enough not to stop both Spain and Italy from the south. Oh my goodness, that's a big one. That's big. Argentina still at war with Bolivia and Brazil, and actually they're being pushed back. Peru has decided to peace out rather than stick with their allies of Argentina. Negative 11 war score. Things are not going so well. Still a few African, wars that are currently happening, but I just can't keep up because, like I said, it's going to be a mess. Africa's going to be crazy. But I'm expecting within a few hundred years there'll be a few powers that rise up. But I imagine it's going to be pretty back and forth for now. Paraguay after Bolivia as well. They brought down Chile, and Brazil might be a little bit distracted. Argentina still has a chance. Spain and Italy teaming up against. This is actually so this wasn't a war for France. This was a war for Algeria. Algeria. I was rooting for you, Algeria. No, this is not good. Well, France is getting just demolished right now. I cannot believe this. They might be forced to give up maybe some of their territory that they took away from both Belgium and the Netherlands. It is possible. We'll see. Germany's got just the strangest alliances here. Very, very strange alliances. I figured they would do, I don't know, something else with that. And Great Britain did not. I don't know why, but they did not. They didn't go to their allies' aid. They did not. They totally just let it go, and that was. I don't know what happened. I guess Great Britain didn't care. It's like, all right, France, sorry, man, but you're gonna get completely destroyed. I mean, there's still 1,000. There's like a one stack running around trying to unsiege things as fast as possible, but it's not going so well. Look at this. Look at this. Switzerland has actually came back. Oh, France didn't lose anything. They're fine. Switzerland has grown a little bit. Now, I don't know if that was that Austria? Who was it that... Was it Italy? Did Italy lose some lands? I think it was. I think it was mainly Italy. All right, Algeria, how you doing? I mean, this might be really bad, but as long as you can protect your coast with maybe some sort of a navy in the Mediterranean, which I don't think you have very much of. Central Africa, Uruguay, and Argentina. Argentina. Okay, so that's the big one that popped up right now, Uruguay and Argentina. So I'm expecting, and you know what? Uruguay's doing a really good job. Man, just as we were talking about how maybe Argentina could make a comeback and control South America for themselves, I don't know if it's going to happen anymore. That's why Argentina rivaled Great Britain. They've got a few islands out this way. The Falklands. And yeah, Bolivia's doing a good job. Bolivia might be able to blob out here. And all Brazil has to do is kind of keep all the nations intact. For the Brazilian AI, it's still tough. They're almost playing like an HRE game, I want to say, because all they really have to do is just, make sure no one gets too powerful. As long as, I mean, obviously, I don't know what the AI strategy is. I guess the AI wants to win more than likely. But if technically, in terms of like our victory conditions for their own continent, all Brazil has to do is make sure that there's nothing too crazy going on in South America. As long as everything is, I don't know, somewhat okay, and they're doing a good job. I mean, they're pushing back Argentina, who had been very aggressive up until this point. Central America has not really done much of anything else anymore. Cuba did take away quite a lot from the Dominican Republic. Yeah, they did. They might, but they're not eating. So the AI doesn't seem to be eating anybody. That's the interesting thing. Is the AI is kind of, oh, look at this. Look at Greece grabbing Albania. Yeah, they totally grabbed Albania. Maybe going after Bosnia or Serbia next. And what is Turkey doing? I am so shocked that Turkey is not allied. Oh my gosh, Turkey is allied to Russia. Oh, that's a good one. Very smart of Turkey there. Is China doing anything else? China is not. Let's check in on the wars. We can pretty much check in like every 1 or 2 minutes. There's like a new war that pops up. There's a new African war that's popped up. Saudi Arabia and Morocco. Now, why did you do that, Saudi Arabia? Well, I guess everyone's just like taking over lands. Dang, they're completely sieged out. They're completely sieged out, and who are they mainly occupied by? They're mainly occupied by Turkey. So Morocco's going to fall. That was surprising. I almost picked Morocco too. I was very, very close to picking Morocco. What's Portugal doing? Portugal's just chilling, allied to Spain and Egypt, but nothing more than that. Pakistan did take over Punjab. Afghanistan's getting smaller and smaller, and it seems like Kazakhstan's getting some strength, a little bit of strength, not too much, but it's a little bit. Every little bit counts. Anything going on here in the Pacific? Not too much. Papua New Guinea's still sticking around. Korean Peninsula seems pretty stable. Japan seems pretty stable. I don't think Japan's really going to do much of anything. I don't think. The Philippines are probably going to get eaten here soon. They might. How about, what about, who am I thinking here? Taiwan here. Or, where's Taiwan at? I believe it's this island here. Yes. Okay. Let's keep an eye on all this stuff, because the Pacific is going to be harder to kind of watch out for, just because it's smaller islands, you know what I mean? They're a lot smaller of islands. USA controls Wake. I'm sure France has some stuff out here. Chile has an island off this coast here in the Pacific, but nothing else. Okay, so the expansion is slow. Look at that. This is the most peaceful time I think we've ever seen in this campaign. I am shocked right now. I am just shocked. There's just a small war in Africa. Morocco continuing to get eaten up. Look at this, Western Sahara. Could you imagine if just a random nation just pops up and ends up being the most dominant in Africa, or just in any continent? Given just any continent in general, how insane would that be? Just Western Sahara just controls and dominates everything. So who popped up over here? We had a few nations pop up. The only thing is, I mean, Saudi Arabia didn't take over anything. Dang, Morocco is not having a good time. I feel bad. Congo's not doing so well. But there's definitely some unification going on. Some small unification, but, unification going nonetheless. Okay, here we go. India versus Nepal. Yep, I figured that was going to happen. Niger versus Benin. Central Africa, yep. And Venezuela versus the Netherlands. Oh, so Venezuela is going after probably some of those Netherlands colonies in the Caribbean, I imagine. All right, so India is going to go take over Nepal. That means that I imagine, yep, boom, just like that, gone. I imagine that this is probably going to maybe increase the border tension between China and India. How are they feeling right now? So Chinese have a negative 53 opinion of India. Now, if we flip that, we have the Indians' opinion of China is at negative 139, or 36, I'm sorry. 38 now, I guess. Dang. India actually has really good feelings towards Iran. So maybe they might get an alliance forming up soon. They actually don't mind Pakistan too much. They actually hate China more, surprisingly enough. And I'm wondering if it's because of their expansion. Maybe last video. Perhaps Russia's dealing with some rebels, occupied by noble rebels. Oh yeah, those things are popping up all over the place. Wait, what's going on? Russia might have been dealing with this problem for a while. That's probably why they initially were losing their war against the Ukrainian allies, because maybe they had a few rebels pop up and they went to go deal with them all the way in the east, maybe Siberia, all the way out this way, and then then the war got declared. That would explain some things why they weren't doing so well in the beginning. Now they're doing a lot better. It's 2043. We are just moving through this campaign really fast, which is good. Yes. Niger. The UAE is still trying to expand. They actually have Somalia's help here, going after Oman. Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize Somalia has taken over completely. They took over all of Yemen. They fully annexed Yemen. So Somalia is looking good. They're doing some smart things here. Uh-oh, Chad's not doing so well. Africa's so entertaining. Africa, that's very entertaining. It's constantly at war. There will be, I'm telling you, there's going to be some crazy stuff that's going on. Yep, and I'm thinking Oman's done here. But does anybody, like Somalia, how do they feel towards Saudi Arabia? Now, that's the question. They have a positive opinion. See, I don't know what they can do here. Most of this land is probably going to go to, actually, no. They just pieced out. They only took one province. I figured we'd see a little bit more there, but I guess not. Okay, I'm not going to question it. That's fine. The AI has some things that they think about more than I do. Venezuela's winning their war against the Netherlands in the Caribbean. It looks like. Yes, they are. So they're probably going to maybe occupy a few of these provinces, or a few of these islands, actually, I should say. which might end up bringing them faster into a war with Cuba. If Cuba continues to want to, like, island jump in the, Caribbean, then this is going to bring them into a direct conflict, I'm sure, with Venezuela. If not Venezuela, then maybe Colombia, or European, who knows. And you do have to kind of watch out for the USA if you're Cuba at any point. And Mexico's just completely stopped at all moving down south. I can't believe it. They're not even trying anymore. Oh, Mexico, you started off so good, man. You started off so good. And then it's gone. How's Argentina doing? Oh, Argentina's not too bad. I mean, Paraguay, Bolivia looks like they grabbed a few things out this way. Did they? Bolivia, yeah. I mean, they took away some lands from Paraguay. Okay, that's what happened. But yeah, Argentina seems to be doing okay. They should be fine. You guys will be fine. Okay, we're down to 2 wars. So things are slowing down, which makes my job a little bit easier. But at the same time, I don't know. What happened to Italy here? And nothing really happens in this region. Algeria seems to be doing somewhat okay. Morocco not. Obviously, Morocco's not doing well at all. Can't wait to see what happens with Greece. Also, this Turkish-Russian alliance, that's very interesting. Oh, Turkey's in the first war against Bulgaria and a few of these other Balkan nations. Yes, they are, and they called in Italy and Croatia. Croatia's not doing so well, but I'm sure once Italy gets over this way, then they'll be doing a lot better. Yep, they're already almost here. Moving through lands very fast. See, I really thought that, I figured, so like the Middle East I thought would be a really interesting point in this campaign as well. I thought that we'd see a lot of the major powers like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Iran kind of possibly showing their strength and eating up a few of these smaller countries. Shocked at the the non-expansion, I guess we could say, with Saudi Arabia. They haven't done anything. I expected Iran's expansion. I expected that sort of thing. Look at Sudan, just take a nice chunk out of Chad. Egypt's done good. I mean, they didn't go towards the Middle East, but they've done a pretty good job here. How's Israel doing? Oh, they're guaranteed independence by the USA. That's why they're going to stay alive. Okay. I had no idea. And how about everyone else? Is there any other interesting alliances going on? Jordan is allied to Kuwait, Palestine, UAE, Turkey, Somalia. So they've got quite a few. So they're going to be fine. Jordan's good. Jordan's good to go. Saudi Arabia and Turkey. There we go. So it looks like Turkey's got themselves some really cool alliances. Yeah, they do. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, Turkey was really smart. And you know what? They pieced out Bulgaria. They didn't decide to take anything. Actually, you know what? This is probably not Turkey's war. I don't think so. This is probably Croatia's war, I'm thinking. Togo's back at war. Niger's back at war. Venezuela. Croatia and Bosnia. Yep, yeah. So that wasn't Turkey's war or Italy's war. That was just them calling, getting that call to arms from their friends. Okay, just making sure. I didn't know. Yes, it's very, very important to see who's actually the war leader, because that's what's going to tell you a lot of the information. Once we know that. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at Africa. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's going to be even more border war. I thought that we'd see unification. It's almost 2050. I mean, we still have quite a long time, but it actually seems like the borders have gotten worse a little bit. I mean, Togo's doing a good job going after Benin. Actually, did they eat Benin? They might have. Oh no, there's still some stuff going on. Niger might eat them, but Niger's gonna have to face both. Actually, three nations. The Ivory Coast. You have to face. Who else is this? Togo, Mali. I mean, they're fighting quite a few. Morocco. Oh, what is this? Oh my goodness, Portugal's now taking a chunk out of Morocco. So this is just everyone's territory. All the Europeans are just trying to grab Moroccan lands. That is what they're trying to do at the moment. All right, guys, I'm going to have to stop it right there. Dang, this is interesting. And you know what? The best new border, I think, is India and China. They now border each other, and they do not have high opinions of one another. So that will be a very fascinating part of this campaign, this series, especially because they both don't really have allies. I mean, yeah, China has North Korea, but North Korea's not going to really help them out that much. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.